Right, so my client's lying down on the couch. I'm just going to put her hair up because I'm going to use hair buns. When you put in the hair buns, just make sure to protect the hair completely. Cover the ears nicely. Check if the ears are not bended, in the front. So you just apply the head buns, and also you apply the cap, the disposable cap, because you might let product, you might drop, spill product in the hair, so you just have to be careful. I do like to use the head buns and the cap. So I'm gonna start cleansing the area, both areas. Make sure it's all well cleansed. I used 1 cotton pad, but you can use 2 for each eyebrows. So I'm gonna start tinting the brows. So it's 1 inch or half inch actually, I think, of tint, and then you put maybe about 5 to 6 drops of the developer. And the secret of the tint is to mix, no stop, for about 30 seconds. So mix until you see this nice and creamy paste of product mixed. Spend some time doing that because it's really important. And then you start applying from the start of the brows, following the hair, the eyebrow line, following the hairs. Don't rub it because you ended up removing the product. Just dab it like I'm doing right now, and make sure the whole area is covered, and all the hairs are covered with the tint. And as I said before, depending on what the client wants, then you're gonna leave on the eyebrows. So this client, she likes it quite dark, so I'm gonna leave it for a little bit longer. But remember, you always follow the manufacturer instructions. So the same way you did the other brow, the first brow, you're gonna do the second one. Just applying the product all over. Make sure all the hairs are covered. Once all the tint is applied on the eyebrows, you're going to use a cotton bud just to remove the excess of product on the eyebrow. But please make sure the area, the brows, is all covered. So as you can see, I'm only following the natural shape of the client's brow, and I'm just cleaning the excess, removing the excess. Some people end up removing and staining the skin, so removing the excess as soon as you can. It's much better, and just keep going until you are happy with the shape. It doesn't need to be a very perfect shape, because the tint will only tint the hair, okay? So the shape doesn't need to be perfect, but you must follow the natural eyebrows of your clients, and make sure you're getting all the stain, all the tint around, remove. And you always follow as I said before, the instructions, and also depends on how dark the client wants the brows. She wanted it quite dark, so I left around 7 minutes. It's always between 3 and 7 minutes. 3 minutes for lighter, 5 minutes for medium, and 7 minutes for darker. Then you remove. It could be a dry cotton disc, or it could be a damp cotton disc. It doesn't matter. So now that I did the tint, I'm gonna do the waxing. I always start from the top. Make sure to leave a little gap between the brows and the wax, okay? do not touch the wax on the line, on the eyebrow line, because you can damage it. Okay, so you're going to do one side, and then you're going to do the other side again as the first one. You will not touch the eyebrow line or the eyebrow body with the wax. And if you feel a bit more secure or confident, you can apply a little bit of Vaseline, okay, on the brow, that you will not have the risk of removing it. So as you can see, I'm applying the wax on the middle of the brows as well, okay. And now I'm gonna use the technique with the strip to remove the wax. Stretch the skin. Make sure you are stretching the skin. When you pull the strip, you must pull it parallel to the skin, not upwards, not sidewards, but it's exactly the way I am doing there. Apply the strip, stretch the skin, and pull the strip parallel to the skin. I'm going to do it the same. Apply the strip, stretch the skin, and then you pull the strip parallel to the skin. If you pull it upwards, that's going to hurt, and it can bruise and burn the clients. Stretch as much as you can. Make sure the skin is nice and stretched before you pull the strip. So once you are happy with the removal at the top and the middle, now you're going to do the bottom, the underneath. Again, follow the client's eyebrow shape, but do not touch the line of the eyebrow. Repeating, follow the eyebrow shape with the wax underneath, but please, please, please do not touch the line of the brow, because you can damage it. Again, stretch the skin, apply the strip, and pull the wax the opposite direction of the hair growth. Always remove the hairs with wax. You must pull the strip against opposite direction of the hair growth. You just seen that I've done 3 sections. The end of the brows, point C, the middle of the brows, point B, and the beginning of the brows, point A. So again, I'm gonna do the same process as the other brow, applying the wax underneath the brows without touching the line of the brows. More you practice, more you will get professional. You have to practice. If you're not sure, stay away from the brows, okay? Because the rest of the hairs you can remove with the tweezers. So I'm stretching the skin, as you can see. Apply the strips, stretch the skin, apply the strips, and pull the strip against the hair growth. Pull the strip against the hair growth. Once you're happy, now you're going to brush and you're going to trim any hairs that's going out of the brow line. It doesn't need you to go crazy and start cutting all the hairs, trimming all the hairs. You just have to remove those hairs, just trimming those hairs that they are very long. Okay, brush it up, and if you see that there are some long hairs, you can just trim it slowly, very slowly, and following the client's eyebrows. Now I'm gonna do the threading technique. My next video will be the threading technique, showing you how I do that. I use the threads mostly on the top, above the brow. I'm going to do this the left side as well. Once you're happy, you must use after wax to cleanse the skin again from the wax. Now you're gonna measure the eyebrows, and the way you measure it, as I said in my previous video, you're gonna use you can use an orange stick or the pencil, and you're going to mark the beginning of the brows, point A, following the bridge of the nose. Okay, mark following the bridge of the nose. Once I'm happy with this side, I'm gonna actually use the thread with the black eyeshadow on it. That will be a little bit quicker and might be much better for you if you've ever done waxing before. Sorry, eyebrow design, so it's fine. So I'm gonna mark the above of point A, and then I'm marking from point A to point B of each brow, from point B to point C of each brow. Again, point A underneath on the lower part, point B to C in the lower part, point A to B underneath, and point B to C underneath. Remember that doing the mapping, this is crucial for the eyebrows to have a nice design at the end of the treatment. So what I'm doing now is doing hair stroke for this client. She did ask me a thicker eyebrows, and that's exactly what I'm giving to her, a thicker eyebrow. Just a very, very soft on your hand once you're doing the hair stroke. Try to be very, very gentle. You don't want any harsh mark on the client's eyebrow. See how it is coming. You know, tell the clients as well if they're okay. Ask them if they're okay, and then carry on with your design. You must go from point A, which is the beginning of the brows, to point C, which is the end of the brows. Any area that's not covered, you must do it. You can also use another type of pencil that will fill the gaps. Or this type of pencil, it can give me a little bit more shape and definition just doing the hair stroke. Be careful again, as I said before, not to be too heavy on your hands when you're doing the hair stroke. Keep going until you're happy, following the hair, the direction of the hair, the side of the hair. You're just going to follow the natural hair that the client has. So as I said before, I just made it a little bit thicker because that's the way she likes it. But you will find what look she likes at the consultation. So that's one of the reasons the consultation is so important. So measure the eyebrows, check her again, If you need a little bit more, you can do it. I think for this client it is okay right now. Clean with a cotton bud all trace of lines. Okay, just remove the lines. Make sure it's all nice, well removed. Don't leave those hash lines behind because you're only doing the mapping. So once you've done it, you're gonna brush it, and also you're going to use the highlight on all the sides of the eyebrows, underneath, the middle, the top. What I'm doing right now is I'm covering the redness, but I'm using a special makeup to cover the redness, which has all the good, all the good ingredients like chamomile, lavender, and other stuff, just to calm the skin down. Okay, so it's not all the makeup that you can use all on top of waxed skin. Okay, so make sure you get the right product, cover all the redness, the top, the bottom. Right, now at this point I'm going to start to use the highlighter, pencil highlighter, the one I showed at the beginning, that's very creamy, very nice. And following the eyebrows, I'm just going to apply this highlight and blend it. You don't want any harsh line on a client's face. You're trying to show them yes, they can have a natural look just with the eyebrow design or the eyebrow definition. So once you used the highlight, you're going to blend it. Make sure you blend it really well. I normally start blending it downwards with the eyebrush going up and down, and then after I can just use very, very gentle to the sides as well. Make sure it's all well nicely blended. Don't forget to do the sides of the brows and the top as well. After you finish the treatment, you're just going to sit the client up, give them the mirror, sit down after a while with them and explain it to them what you did and what they should do at home as well, to encourage hair growth. Make sure, as I said before, that it's well blended using a very thin brush. Make sure you have two brushes, one for the brows and one for light colors like highlighters and eyeshadow. Once it's done, that's it.